I am the current student research coordinator for the BW Psychology Department, and so I'm just going to be working through with you the guidelines for participation in surveys or experiments for extra credit opportunity. So first things first, this is for non-Psych 100 courses or students. So if you are in a Psych 100 class, you are not eligible for extra credit for completion of these surveys or experiments. However, if you are in a separate class for psychology and your professor has agreed to granting extra credit for research completion, then you are by all means eligible for this opportunity. So these studies are conducted by either psychology honors thesis students, people completing independent studies, or even faculty. So you can earn extra credit by discretion of your professor. The credits that you receive are going to be equal to the research credits, where 1 credit equals 10 minutes of research participation, and whatever that translates over into however many points of extra credit is completely up to your professor. And if your course is participating in extra credit, you are not obligated to complete anything. This is completely optional. And if you decide you don't want any extra credit, then you will not be penalized at all. So non participation is not penalized at all. Signing up, you're going to be using the BW SONA systems. If you have used it in the past when you were in Psych 100, I'm sure this will be familiar. All data is deleted every semester, so you will have to remake an account, and I'm going to be working through with you how to do that. So if you have any questions, first and foremost, this is all of my information. You can reach out to me by email or by phone number. However, I do want to emphasize that I only have access to this email and this phone number while I am in my office. So during my office hours, you are also welcome to just stop by and talk to me. My office is on the 3rd floor of Malachi. Or if you want to schedule a meeting that has a particular amount of time blocked off, you are also welcome to do so in this Calendly link. And if you do that, this will pop up on my calendar even if I'm not in the office, so I will know about it beforehand. So working through how to create an account, you're going to be going to the BW SONA systems. So you can either follow this link right here, or you can just type in BW SONA systems and it'll pop up. So it'll be this first link. You want to make sure it has BW in the domain to make sure it's connected to our department. So when you first log on, you're going to have to request an account. And so with this, you're just going to be putting in your first name, last name, your user ID, which is going to be your BW email. And then for this telephone option, you do not have to put it in. This is in case, or this is only for me to see. No one else will see this information. I will not be reaching out to you by this information at all, so you do not need to do that. And then for the course, you're going to see if a professor has agreed to allowing you to use extra credit. You'll see it here. And so for this, I will press on. It will not be Psych 100. It'll be on one of these other ones. And then you're going to press request account. After that, you're going to be getting an email from the BW SONA systems, and it'll have a temporary password for you to fill out. So you're going to use that right here. Your user ID is still just going to be your BW email, and then password, you're just going to type in that temporary password that you were sent. And so the first thing that you will see when you go in here is going to be the human participant privacy and policy notice, disclosure of information, and your individual rights as a human participant. And so you need to read through this before you can press agree, because it is very important and vital information to understand your rights as a participant, especially because you may be asking some, or we may be asked some questions in here or participate in experiments that may include some unveiling of personal information about yourself. So with the ethical code of BW and everything, you want to read through this before you press agree or you participate in any research whatsoever. So once you are signed in, you're going to be able to view your available studies. You will have 0 credits required. If you remember from your Psych 100 class, you had a requirement box underneath here, but you will not have that because you are not required to complete any credits. So you're just going to press view available studies. And all studies that are available to you will be here. So you want to make sure, first and foremost, that you are eligible to complete a study, and that's going to be under this eligibility column. So I am 18 or above 18, and I am also a BW student, so I am eligible for the study. I can read the description, and let's say it's really interesting to me, so I'm going to look at the time slots that are available. So for a in-person study, there will be specific time slots here to sign up for. However, for the online studies, which is what this is, it'll just have a deadline. So for here, you will see the researcher's name, and this button over here is going to have their email. If you have any questions at any time, you are welcome to contact them. That's why their information is there. So you're just going to press sign up. And then this is where the sign up slot is. You just want to make sure you confirm. All right, and now you are signed up. You are able to complete the survey. So now that you signed up, you are holding that time slot. So if you are welcome to go back and come back to completing the survey later. However, you do not need to. You can do it right away. But if you want to come back, this will hold your spot so that any other people that sign up won't take that. And then this is your deadline, obviously, for participation is November 1st, because that's just been the deadline. However, it depends on the student or faculty what their personal deadline is. So you're going to just go through the informed consent form. You want to make sure you read this very carefully. It'll be a lot longer than this, of course. You want to make sure you understand every aspect and possibly write down any emails if you have any concerns for a later point. And then you're going to go through. This is an eligibility question, so you should be answering yes to this. And then you're just going to go through. Answer all the questions. All right. And this is how you know if you got the credits, is if you see the system message up here, successfully granted, and then the name of the study that you just took. However, if you want to be sure, you are welcome to sign back in. See that you got that credit. If you want to change your password from the temporary password that they made, you're just going to pop into my profile. And if you scroll down, you can see this change password area. So you're just going to retype your old password and then input your new one. Also, if you are participating in in-person research studies, they may ask you for your research code, which is also going to be right here under your name. However, just for your information, if you complete any surveys online, this is what your code is going to be under your answers. So there's not going to be a connection between your name and your answers, just because some of the questions may be asking personal information. Just know that the researchers won't know what the name associated with those answers are. They will only see this number. All right, so that is how you work through SONA and get credits for participation. However, if you don't want to participate in any surveys, you're also welcome to do an alternative assignment. So if you are ineligible to participate in an alternative assignment, if you are under the age of 18, you have to be 18 or above to do any sort of human research. So if you want extra credit and you're under 18, this is an option for you. However, if you just don't want to do research, this is also an option to get extra credit. So you're going to be asking me for a empirical article, and I will send it over to you. And you have the option of receiving either 1, 2, or 3 credits for your paper that you write. It'll either be 1 credit with some pretty general questions, 2 credits with a little more intricate questions, and then 3 credits if there's a little more intricate and specific questions for you to answer. And if you have any questions about this process at all, reach out to me, or you can reach out to your professor if it's about specific aspects of your extra credit points. Thanks.